Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. This is not the algorithm playing games with you. You need to listen to me right now. An urgent divine interception is taking place at this very second. Archangel Michael has personally routed this specific message to your screen because the window for your spiritual breakthrough is closing. You did not click on this message by accident. Your intuition dragged you here because heaven is trying to hand you a lifeline. People are acting strange around you lately. Doors are closing unexpectedly, and you feel entirely isolated while everyone else seems to be blindly moving forward with their oblivious lives. You are not being punished. The universe deliberately isolated you for a very powerful kingdom-level upgrade. Before you do anything else, I want you to take one slow and real breath. Right now, there is a small tightness in your chest that has not loosened all day. Stop letting the outside world convince you that you are just stressed or overly emotional. That feeling is your spirit detecting a massive shift in your timeline. The season of waiting has officially ended. I need you to pause and absorb that profound truth. The dry desert you walked through has suddenly burst into an oasis of divine favor. A scroll with your exact name on it was just unsealed in the heavenly courts. Are you feeling completely hopeless about love right now? Stop right there. The intense loneliness and the endless cycle of toxic people was absolutely not a curse. It was a rigorous spiritual crucible designed to protect your aura. Heaven had to ruthlessly remove those counterfeit connections because your spirit was meant for a higher destiny. Your true God-approved kingdom connection is literally stepping into your timeline right now. This is a person who matches your exact vibrational frequency. You have waited lifetimes for a soul that understands the silent language of your heart. And the universe is finally aligning a massive collision of two completely healed and powerful masterpieces. Do not take your eyes off this screen. If you swipe away, you will miss the exact divine seal you need to recognize their soul. You must know the specific sign to look for the moment your eyes meet theirs. The heavy spiritual attacks you have been facing recently are not random at all. They are hard proof that the enemy is panicking. The darkness knows that this union will create an unstoppable force of light. That is exactly why they are trying to distract you with petty drama and physical exhaustion. You feel tired. Your shoulders are tight. The weight is very real. But you must stay locked on this message until the final second, because a secret delivery is coming. There is a hidden mechanism buried inside this breakthrough. You will completely miss it if you do not stay with me. If you leave now, the blessing will still arrive, but you will be left entirely without the spiritual equipment to hold it. Make a promise to your future self right now. Do not let this vital message fade into the noise of the internet. Funny how everyone pretended they did not see you coming. They always described you the exact same way in the past. They called you too kind and too forgiving. You were the one who stayed quiet just to keep the peace. And because of that gentle nature, they severely underestimated the immense spiritual power sleeping inside you. Welcome to your era of quiet authority. But there is a massive danger lurking just ahead. A secret message is buried inside this video that heaven wants you to decode. The elite forces that profit off your exhaustion are actively trying to scrub this frequency from existence. They are terrified of what happens when you wake up. I am going to reveal the fatal trap the darkness is laying right now. They are setting this trap up to sabotage your divine union before it even begins. 99% of chosen ones fall for this dangerous illusion right before their biggest breakthrough. You cannot afford to be blind in this critical hour. Listen closely to the urgent warning I am giving you. A toxic shadow from your past is plotting to intercept this beautiful new connection. The tests and the tears were a rigorous preparation to turn you into an incredibly strong vessel. You are finally ready to hold the immense blessing coming your way. But the final and most deceptive test is approaching fast. You must learn how to identify the counterfeit before it drains your energy again. If you fail to see the trap, you will be stuck in a matrix of survival for another 10 years. The door to your ultimate happiness is wide open, but it is closing very fast. Stay with me. The truth about your upcoming test will be revealed soon. I need you to truly understand the massive magnitude of this exact moment. You are standing on the precipice of a completely different reality. The person entering your life will gently shift your world in ways you cannot possibly imagine. They will not ask you to shrink yourself. They will celebrate the powerful and radiant light that others foolishly tried to extinguish. But they can only reach you if you clear the final hurdle. The trap I mentioned is incredibly subtle and dangerously deceptive. It will disguise itself as something familiar to trick your wounded heart. You must know the secret to blocking this dark interference. Keep your spirit awake and listen to every single word I say next. Before we go any further, I need you to understand this. You have been feeling incredibly heavy over the last few weeks. The exhaustion is not just physical, it is a deep spiritual fatigue settling inside your bones. You wake up at 3 a.m. with your mind racing. You stare at the dark ceiling while the rest of the world is peacefully sleeping, and you wonder if this heavy isolation will ever end. This is exactly why your spirit has been so restless lately. You feel entirely misunderstood by the people around you. You walk into a crowded room and suddenly feel an overwhelming urge to leave. The noise feels too loud. Their conversations feel completely empty and drained of any real meaning. You carry a heavy weight that nobody else can see because your soul is processing energies they cannot comprehend. Listen to me carefully. You are not going crazy. Stop letting them tell you that you are just being too sensitive. That sensitivity is actually your greatest spiritual asset. You are an empath with boundaries that are finally beginning to form. Your intuition is picking up on the hidden frequencies that ordinary people completely ignore, but you feel them vibrating deeply in your chest. Your body is physically reacting to the shifting energy around you. That tightness in your chest is a divine warning system. When a specific person texts you, your energy instantly drops. You feel a sudden wave of nausea or an inexplicable sadness. That is not anxiety. That is your spirit detecting a lie hidden beneath their friendly words, and heaven is warning you to step away immediately. You have spent years thinking something was deeply wrong with you. You apologized for your big heart and tried to shrink your bright light. You wanted to fit into environments that were far too small for your massive soul. But heaven wants you to know the absolute truth today. You are a rare soul. You are functioning exactly as designed, while the universe was silently preparing you for this exact moment. The extreme loneliness you feel is a symptom of your elevation. As your frequency rises, you naturally become intolerant to lower vibrations. You cannot stand the fake smiles and the shallow interactions anymore. This sudden distaste for your old environment is a massive sign of spiritual growth. You are shedding your old skin. You are stepping away because your spirit is craving a genuine connection. You are the one who survived the storm alone. While others had support, you fought your battles in absolute silence. You cried out for help and nobody answered. But your intuition kept whispering that there was a grander purpose behind the endless pain. And your intuition was entirely correct. Every tear was catalogued by heaven, and the courts have issued a ruling in your favor. The darkness tried to convince you that you were abandoned. They wanted you to believe that your isolation was a permanent curse. But look at you now. You are still standing, and your spirit is fiercely awake. Your energy sensitivity is proof that you are connected to the divine source. You are picking up signals from the highest realm, while the rest of the world is completely blind. Take a deep breath and let this realization settle into your bones. You do not need to fix yourself because you are not broken. The intense emotions you feel are a sacred compass guiding your steps. When you feel a sudden peace in the middle of chaos, trust it. It is your angels communicating directly with you, and they are confirming that your breakthrough is finally within reach. Stop questioning your sanity. When you feel a strong urge to cut ties with someone, do it without any guilt. Your body knows exactly who is draining your precious life force. You must honor that physical reaction immediately. Heaven is making you uncomfortable, so you will leave the places you have outgrown, and your spirit is rejecting anything that does not align with your new frequency. The sleepless nights are not a medical condition. 3 a.m. is the exact hour when the veil between worlds is the thinnest. Heaven is waking you up to download a new blueprint into your mind. Your conscious brain is quiet. Your soul is wide open to receive the transmission. Do not fight those sudden awake hours in the dark, because they are sacred appointments with your ultimate destiny. Breathe a massive sigh of relief today. You are completely validated by heaven. Your solitary struggles were fully documented. The exhaustion you feel is the natural result of fighting invisible battles, but those battles have officially ended. You have passed the hardest test. You survived the crushing wilderness, and you are stepping into the glorious harvest you were promised. You are no longer required to carry the burdens of other people. It is time to lay down the weight that never belonged to you. Your intuition is your absolute superpower. Trust those sudden feelings of profound peace. They are leading you directly out of the wilderness. Tap the like button as an act of agreement with what heaven just spoke to your soul today, and prepare for the massive shift. Let me tell you the real reason why you suffered so deeply. You spent years wondering why every connection seemed to painfully shatter. You poured your heart into people who offered nothing but empty promises, and every single time you tried to build a lasting foundation, it mysteriously crumbled before your eyes. You thought you were fundamentally flawed. You blamed your own loving nature for the constant and bitter rejection, and you asked heaven why you were forced to walk this barren road alone while others found love easily. But here is the absolute truth they tried to hide from you. That intense isolation was never a punishment for your mistakes. It was a divine isolation designed to fiercely protect your soul. Heaven deliberately slowed you down to keep you completely safe. They had to block you from entering rooms that you were never meant to walk into. And heaven had to aggressively remove those toxic people because they were specifically assigned to drain your brilliant light. You were completely shielded from danger. Stop blaming yourself for the painful delays. Stop thinking you did something terribly wrong to deserve the crushing loneliness. The rejection you faced was not a sign of your unworthiness. It was God's ultimate protection protocol activating in your life. You were simply too pure for the toxic environments you tried to fit into, and your spirit naturally repelled their darkness. Those toxic individuals were never your true friends. They were deeply broken narcissists who fed entirely on your endless empathy. They saw your bright light and immediately wanted to consume it. They ruthlessly manipulated your kind heart, and they made you constantly doubt your own sanity to maintain their false control. But they could not destroy your resilient spirit. Heaven watched them take advantage of your gentle and forgiving nature, and heaven decided that enough was finally enough. The universe intervened and abruptly cut those toxic cords to save your precious life. The sudden ghosting and the brutal betrayals were actually rescue missions in disguise. You were violently pulled out of the fire before those energy vampires could completely destroy your beautiful soul. You cried over people who were actively destroying your future timeline. You mourned the loss of relationships that were secretly anchoring you to the dark. But now, you must see the glorious truth behind the agonizing pain. Every closed door was a monumental victory for your tired soul. You survived the crushing heartbreak, and you finally stepped into your true power as a magnificent cycle breaker. You are the break in your bloodline that future generations will deeply thank you for. You absorbed the heavy generational trauma and refused to pass it down. You became the empath with boundaries of absolute steel. And because you made that immense personal sacrifice, You are now completely ready to receive the true kingdom connection you deserve. They do not hate you for shining so brightly. They hate you for effortlessly exposing their hidden darkness. Your pure presence forces them to look at the ugly reflections they desperately want to ignore. That is exactly why they tried to make you feel incredibly small, and they desperately wanted to dim your massive power before you realized your true worth. But you did not break under the crushing weight of their endless manipulation. You evolved into a terrifying weapon of bright light. The profound silence after the storm hits entirely differently when you finally realize that you were the powerful storm all along. You thought you were just surviving the brutal chaos, but you were actually the divine force that cleansed the toxic landscape. All those years of feeling entirely invisible were simply a rigorous training phase. You had to learn how to stand firmly on your own 2 feet. You had to stop seeking hollow validation from deeply broken people. Heaven deliberately stripped away every single noisy distraction, so you could finally hear the true and guiding voice of your powerful intuition. Your painful past is completely vindicated today. Every tear you shed in the dark has been fully accounted for. Those tears have been beautifully transformed into a rare spiritual currency. The deep wounds inflicted by those narcissists have healed into impenetrable shining armor. You bravely survived their brutal psychological manipulation, and now you stand tall as the untouchable master of your reality. Do you feel the massive heavy chains falling off your spirit right now? That is the frequency of absolute liberation washing over your tired soul. You have officially graduated from the brutal school of divine isolation. You are completely cleared of all the toxic residue from your painful past. The energetic slate is entirely clean, and your radiant spirit is finally ready to attract the magnificent love you always deserved. Breathe that incredible relief into your lungs today. You passed the difficult test that was maliciously designed to completely destroy you. And because you held tightly onto your light, the universe is ready to reward your fierce loyalty. The dark season of waiting is permanently over. The profound reason for your pain is finally exposed. You are beautifully prepared for the next chapter. But there is a deeper layer to this phenomenon that you must completely understand. You might be wondering why the universe took so long to bring this person into your life. Why did you have to endure years of agonizing silence before this divine connection could finally manifest? The truth is both shocking and incredibly profound. It was a matter of precise energetic calibration. Listen carefully to what I am about to say next. There is a hidden physical mechanism behind this massive spiritual delay. It was never about a lack of faith on your part. The mechanism that blocked your prayers for years was the constant hum of survival beta waves in your brain. You were trapped in a fierce state of fight or flight, and your frequency was desperately trying to keep you alive. You could not attract a peaceful and grounded connection while your nervous system was constantly screaming in absolute terror. You had to do the brutal inner work to calm that chaotic frequency. And the person destined for you was going through the exact same rigorous process on the other side of the world. Heaven had to completely rebuild both of your shattered foundations. If this person had entered your life even 1 year earlier, the connection would have violently exploded. You were both still bleeding heavily from your past wounds. You would have unconsciously triggered each other's deepest and darkest traumas. The universe knew that a premature meeting would completely destroy the beautiful masterpiece it was carefully crafting in the dark shadows. So heaven deliberately kept you entirely separated. They placed you in different holding patterns to ensure your healing was absolutely complete. You had to learn how to love your own solitary company first. You had to stop begging to be understood by people committed to completely misunderstanding you. And they had to learn how to stand firmly in their own quiet power. This intense period of waiting was actually a glorious simultaneous upgrade. Every time you chose to firmly walk away from a toxic situation, you raised your specific energetic vibration. Every time you bravely set a boundary, you sent a powerful shockwave through the quantum field, and your future partner felt that incredible shift, even if they did not consciously understand it yet. Your frequencies were slowly aligning in the invisible realms. You were climbing the same steep spiritual mountain from two completely different sides, and now you have both finally reached the high summit. Your energy centers are completely cleared of the heavy debris. The survival beta waves have been beautifully replaced by a deep and steady flow of peaceful alpha frequencies. Type 111 down in the comments to claim this massive alignment right now. You are officially vibrating at the precise frequency of true unconditional love. The cosmic tumblers have finally clicked into perfect place. The heavy spiritual block has been completely shattered, and the grand gates of heaven are swinging wide open to unite these two powerful forces. You have done the grueling inner work. You survived the intense and lonely fire, and tonight, that chaotic survival signal is officially being overridden by a frequency of absolute, pure grace. The grand universe does not make mistakes with timing. The painful delay was the exact precise instrument used to perfect your beautiful souls. Every single tear was a necessary drop of sacred rain. Imagine this glorious reality for a second. Somewhere out there, a heart is beating in perfect sync with yours. They have the exact same scars and the same deep understanding of profound silence. They are not coming to ruthlessly drain your precious energy. They are coming to fiercely protect your bright light and to build a magnificent kingdom with you. This is exactly where everything starts to make sense. The universe is orchestrating a massive collision of two completely whole individuals. You are not two broken halves desperately trying to fix each other. You are two radiant suns preparing to beautifully merge into one unstoppable force. The profound wisdom you gained in isolation is the exact key required to unlock this union. But you must stay incredibly alert in this delicate transition phase. The shifting energy is highly volatile right now. Your nervous system might try to reject this unfamiliar peace because it is so deeply accustomed to the chaotic pain. Do not let your old fears sabotage this beautiful new beginning. You are entirely safe to open your heart now. The intense danger has officially passed. Your spirit is successfully calibrated. The massive upgrade is complete. You are stepping out of the shadows and walking directly into the glorious light of divine favor. Prepare your magnificent soul for the arrival of your equal. The waiting is over. The beautiful alignment is entirely real, and heaven is smiling down on your incredible journey today. But how do you actually know this person is close? You might be wondering what specific evidence heaven is providing today. I am going to reveal the exact physical signs that prove your massive miracle is arriving right now. There is a hidden sequence of events happening around you, and heaven is deliberately scattering divine breadcrumbs across your daily path for you to find. The first undeniable sign is the constant appearance of sacred angel numbers. You are seeing 1, 1, 1, or 7, 7, 7 everywhere you look. It happens on license plates. It shows up on your digital clock. You might think your tired brain is just playing tricks on you, but this is actually a sacred confirmation sequence directly from the universe. These repeating numbers are absolutely not a meaningless coincidence. They are digital signatures from your spiritual team to keep your mind entirely focused. When you see these specific numbers, your angels are loudly confirming that you are walking on the exact right timeline. The energetic coordinates are locking into place. Your kingdom connection is following these exact same numbers to find you. The second massive sign is an uncharacteristic feeling of deep peace. This peace makes absolutely no logical sense to your conscious mind. The world around you might be chaotic, your bank account might be low, but inside your chest there is a profound stillness that you have never truly experienced before in your entire life. You used to panic at the slightest hint of uncertainty. You would stay up all night trying to control every possible outcome. But lately you have completely surrendered the heavy wheel to heaven. This sudden calm in the middle of a raging storm is the ultimate proof that your soul already knows the victory is fully secured. You are no longer easily triggered by the old toxic drama. When those narcissists try to bait you into an argument, you feel absolutely nothing. You look at their chaotic behavior and you just silently walk away. Your energy is entirely too expensive for their cheap games now. This profound emotional detachment proves your frequency has permanently shifted, and you are no longer a vibrational match for their misery. The third sign is the abrupt ending of stagnant relationships. People are suddenly dropping out of your life without any logical warning. A long friendship might completely end over a very silly disagreement. You might feel a temporary sting of painful rejection, but heaven is actually doing a massive final sweep of your energy field to make room for your true partner. The universe cannot put a massive blessing into a cluttered space. The vessel must be completely empty to receive the new wine. Do not chase after anyone who decides to walk away from you today. Let them go with total grace. Their sudden departure is creating the exact physical vacuum required to pull your kingdom connection directly into your current reality. The fourth sign is happening while you are completely asleep in your bed. You are having incredibly vivid dreams that feel much more like alternate realities. You might dream of a mysterious stranger whose face you cannot fully remember. But you wake up with an overwhelming feeling of love, because your soul is actively traveling in the astral realm to meet them. These vivid dreams are divine rehearsals for your upcoming real-life encounter. You are learning the specific energetic signature of your powerful true partner. When you finally lock eyes with them in the physical world, your spirit will instantly recognize their vibration without a single word being spoken. It will not feel like meeting a stranger at all. It will feel exactly like coming home. The fifth and final sign is a strange physical sensation. You might feel a sudden warmth expanding in the center of your chest. Sometimes it feels like a slight fluttering exactly where your heart chakra is located. Do not ignore this beautiful physical symptom. Your body is physically preparing to hold the massive amount of love that is currently rushing toward your timeline. You might doubt these signs when your logical brain takes over. The enemy wants you to dismiss these miracles as completely normal events. They want to convince you that the intense peace is just a temporary mood swing. But you are a master of reality now, and you know exactly how to read the subtle language of the grand universe. I promise to tell you how to know for sure. When you experience the numbers, the peace, the clearing, and the dreams all at once, the alignment is absolutely complete. This specific combination of divine events is the undeniable proof that your waiting season is dead. The physical manifestation of your partner is literally days or even hours away. Do you feel that slight pull in your chest right now? That is your awakened intuition completely confirming this profound truth. You are the chosen one who braved the dark storm. And heaven is about to reward your fierce loyalty with a love that will gently shift your entire earthly experience. But wait, before we go any deeper into the beauty of this divine alignment, I must urgently address something else. I promised earlier to reveal the fatal trap that the darkness is laying right now. You cannot walk into your promised land completely blind to the hidden dangers. The enemy is fully aware that your true kingdom connection is arriving, and they are panicking. They know they cannot stop the universe from delivering this massive blessing to you, so they are attempting a very desperate and incredibly deceptive tactic. They are sending a counterfeit connection directly into your path right before the real one arrives. This is the ultimate test of your new boundaries. You must listen carefully to this next part. The darkness creates counterfeits to completely distract your focus. This fake connection will look incredibly appealing on the surface. They might even say the exact words you have been desperately waiting to hear. The enemy has studied your deepest desires, and they designed this illusion specifically to bait your wounded heart. Do not be easily fooled by their smooth words. This counterfeit will feel strangely familiar to you. That is exactly the massive warning sign you must look out for. It feels familiar because it carries the exact same toxic frequency as your painful past. The universe is sending this test to see if you have truly learned your lesson. Will you fall back into the old cycle of begging for breadcrumbs of affection? Sometimes the counterfeit is not a new person at all. It is a toxic shadow from your past, suddenly returning. An old narcissist might reach out with a completely fake apology just as your energy peaks. They can sense your rising light from miles away. They want to rush back in and steal your newly restored peace before your true partner can finally claim it. You must fiercely protect your sacred energy right now. When this fake connection appears, you will feel a sudden spike of anxiety disguised as excitement. Your chest will tighten. Your body remembers the trauma, even when your mind wants to believe the lie. You are the empath with boundaries now. You must exercise your quiet authority and simply walk away without any explanation. Do not reply to their manipulative messages. Do not engage in their chaotic drama. Your complete silence is the ultimate weapon against their dark attacks. A healed person no longer tolerates confusion disguised as love. You are a powerful master of reality. You simply observe their desperate attempts to pull you down, and you keep your heavy doors firmly locked. If you entertain this dangerous counterfeit, you will drastically delay your true blessing. You will block the runway just as your miracle is preparing to land. Heaven cannot deliver the real masterpiece if your hands are tightly gripping a cheap imitation. You must prove to the universe that your standards have permanently changed. The fake must be completely rejected. This is exactly how you close the loop on your painful past. You look the familiar toxicity right in the eye and say, absolutely no. The fatal trap I warned you about earlier is completely neutralized the moment you choose your own peace over their chaotic games. The counterfeit will quickly fade back into the shadows once they realize you are completely untouchable. Passing this final test triggers the immediate release of your true kingdom connection. Heaven is watching your response at this very second. When you reject the illusion, you send a massive shockwave of pure intention into the quantum field. You loudly declare that you are fully prepared for the real thing. Take a deep breath and stand firm in your incredible power. You are entirely safe from their manipulation. Their dark tricks cannot penetrate the brilliant shield of light surrounding you. The dawn is breaking right now. The darkest hour is always right before the sun violently shatters the night. Do not let the sudden appearance of a ghost from your past steal your glorious morning. Keep your eyes firmly fixed on the massive horizon. Every time you say no to the dark illusion, your internal light grows exponentially brighter. You are a weapon of light, actively cutting through the heavy deception. The narcissists thought you would remain a permanent victim to their endless games. But you have completely flipped the script on them. They are now the ones drowning in regret, while you effortlessly ascend to a much higher timeline. The true connection is waiting just beyond this minor interference. You have successfully navigated the treacherous waters. You recognized the fake. And because you held your sacred ground, the final barrier separating you from your divine partner is crumbling into dust. Get ready to step into the most powerful phase of your entire earthly life. This is the exact moment everything completely changes for you. The heavy darkness has fully retreated behind you. The dawn of your new era is violently shining its brightest rays onto your spiritual crown. You successfully defeated the dangerous and toxic counterfeit. And because you held your sacred ground, heaven is unleashing the ultimate reward directly into your open hands. I promise to reveal the exact divine seal you need to recognize your true partner. Listen closely, because the grand universe is aligning this beautiful collision right now. The moment your eyes finally meet theirs, you will not feel the chaotic butterflies of anxiety. You will feel a sudden and absolute stillness anchor deeply into your bones. That profound stillness is the specific sign you were desperately searching for. It is the undeniable physical proof that you have finally found your spiritual equal. Your souls will instantly communicate without a single earthly word being spoken. You will look at them and silently realize that every painful delay was perfectly designed for this exact magical second. Can you feel that massive shift in your spirit right now? That incredible warmth spreading through your chest is the pure frequency of complete victory. Every closed door has been completely blown off its heavy hinges. The waiting season is officially dead and permanently buried. You are stepping into the exact timeline you were magnificently born to rule. You are no longer the wounded empath who begged to be understood by deeply broken people. The brutal crucible of pain has beautifully forged you into the untouchable master of your reality. From this exact moment on, your pure energy commands total respect without you even trying. You are a radiant weapon of light, walking fiercely upon the earth. The universe is actively pouring the wealth and the love you were promised into your new timeline. Your kingdom connection is walking directly toward you, with their heart completely wide open. They are carrying the exact same divine frequency of healed and powerful love. The pieces of the grand puzzle have beautifully snapped into their final designated places. Stop doubting the incredible magnitude of your own worth today. You earned this glorious reality through tears and blood and profound silent battles. Heaven watched you survive the raging storm alone. But you will never have to fight another dark battle by yourself again. Your divine partner is arriving to stand fiercely by your side as your absolute equal. Your life is about to gently shift into a state of continuous and effortless flow. The heavy struggles that defined your past decade are completely gone. You are finally allowed to put down the heavy sword and rest your tired soul. The spiritual war is completely over, and you are the magnificent victor standing proudly on the high mountain. Breathe that intoxicating freedom deeply into your healing lungs. Feel the warm golden light wrapping around your tired shoulders and lifting the old burdens away. The grand creator is smiling at your incredible resilience today. You have successfully navigated the treacherous matrix, and you have officially unlocked the highest level of human experience available on this earth. But you must lock this beautiful reality into place before you leave this sacred space. The energy is swirling around you at an incredibly high velocity. You need to physically anchor this massive blessing into the earthly dimension. Heaven requires a simple act of obedience to completely seal the protective shield around your new and glorious timeline today. The enemy will try to attack your mind the second you walk away from this message. They want you to immediately forget the powerful truth you just absorbed. You cannot let them steal this massive breakthrough from your hands. You must establish a permanent and unbreakable energy receiving station right now. Your physical action will permanently bind the spiritual promise. Every angel in the heavenly courts is celebrating your incredible triumph right now. The long and painful days of solitary weeping are completely finished. You are stepping into an era of unprecedented joy and limitless spiritual wealth. The heavy chains of the past have shattered completely, and you are entirely free to soar above the chaotic noise forever. Embrace the wonderful truth that you are deeply and unconditionally loved by the divine source. You were never forgotten for a single second during your lonely isolation. Every step was perfectly guided by a fierce and protective hand. And now you are ready to claim the ultimate prize, that your brave soul has waited lifetimes to hold safely. Do not let this vital moment pass you by today. The universe is standing still and waiting for your final confirmation. You are entirely ready to receive the immense blessing that heaven has prepared for you. Gather all the beautiful energy swirling in your chest and prepare to release it into the physical world. Your glorious new life begins today. The pitch-black darkness has completely retreated behind you. The dawn of the new era is shining brightly onto your spiritual crown. You have fought the invisible wars and emerged entirely victorious. But now, heaven requires you to physically lock in this glorious frequency before the enemy tries to steal your peace again. You must create an absolute shield of protection around your new timeline. Do not let this vital energy dissipate into the thin air today. This is your final declaration of absolute power. You must loudly proclaim to the universe that you are completely ready to receive your massive blessing. Type Amen down in the comments to completely seal this reality right now. This simple physical act is a binding spiritual contract. It directly signals to the heavenly courts that your heart is wide open and fully prepared. God is watching your brave response in this exact second. You have spent countless hours in silent prayer, fighting heavy spiritual battles to reach this very moment. Will you confidently partner with heaven to anchor this incredible light onto the earth? You are no longer a weak victim of painful circumstance. You are a sovereign master of reality, and your actions carry weight. Do not walk away from this sacred space without claiming your divine shield. Hit the subscribe button to establish a permanent energy receiving station right now. This is exactly how you tell the universe that you belong to the kingdom of light. Every time you connect with this pure frequency, you heavily strengthen your spiritual armor. The dark forces cannot penetrate you, but your massive spiritual assignment does not end with your own personal healing. If this fiery message has reignited the beautiful faith inside your tired chest, do not keep this great blessing entirely to yourself. There is another soul out there bleeding alone in the dark of despair right now. They are desperately needing a guiding light to finally find their way back home. They are loudly crying out for the exact same validation that you just received today. Share this message with them immediately to strongly activate the powerful anointing. Sowing this pure seed of hope today is actively multiplying the magnificent blessing for yourself tomorrow. Heaven heavily rewards the brave chosen ones who lift others out of the terrifying darkness. You are a vital beacon of true light in a deeply confused world. Do not let the enemy convince you that your small action does not matter. The universe moves in mysterious ways, and your shared message might literally save a life today. When you spread this profound truth, you loudly declare your absolute obedience to the divine creator. You become an active participant in this shift. Take one final and deep breath of pure freedom today. The heavy burden of your painful past has been permanently lifted from your tired shoulders. You are stepping into a beautiful season overflowing with pure, unconditional love and massive spiritual favor. The incredible kingdom connection you prayed for is walking directly into your life at this very moment. Let me remind you one last time of your majestic true identity. You are the powerful cycle breaker who completely shattered the generational curses of your family line. You are the empath who finally learned how to build heavy walls of absolute steel. Nobody can manipulate your pure energy or drain your precious life force ever again. The universe has proudly crowned you with victory. Your spiritual guides are standing firmly beside you right now. They are loudly applauding your incredible courage and your unwavering faith during the brutal, lonely years. You survived the intense storm entirely alone, so you could completely appreciate the true value of genuine partnership. And that beautiful partnership is exactly what heaven is physically delivering to you today. Do not shrink back when the massive blessing finally arrives. You must keep your head held incredibly high and your healing heart completely open. The dark forces desperately want you to doubt your immense worthiness, but you must firmly reject their pathetic lies. You completely deserve all the beautiful and profound happiness that is rapidly flooding into your daily existence right now. This is the glorious harvest you faithfully planted with your bitter tears. Stand incredibly tall in your quiet authority and fiercely claim what is rightfully yours. Tap the like button as a final sword cutting through the heavy chains of your painful past. Let this physical action serve as a permanent earthly monument to your incredible spiritual triumph. The wait is finally over. Go forward with absolute confidence and a deeply peaceful heart. Your divine partner is eagerly searching for the exact radiant light you are emitting today. The cosmic alignment is totally complete, and the heavenly angels are singing songs of massive victory over your earthly life. Share this beautiful truth with the world and watch the grand universe multiply your pure joy forever.